welcome back to my channel. I'm Krys, and here we talk about business, candle making, and how to boss up. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about sales. So if you're struggling in that department, this is for you. So let's get into it. Here and have a real conversation with you guys about sales. And we all know that candle businesses it's a competitive market. A lot of people have started candle businesses during the panorama, and a lot of people have been trying to figure out how to take this business off of the ground, how they should start. And if you've already started your business, you may be struggling with sales. If it's not the person across the street that's selling candles, if it's not Bath and Body Works that's selling candles, if it's not your cousin selling candles, you know somebody that probably sells candles or is interested, or you've seen candle businesses on the rise recently. And I'm here to tell you some real ass I'm here to give you a real scenario. I just started my business. I launched in July, then I took a very long hiatus because of my move, and then I'm just now really starting to make sales again, and I relaunched a new season, and I'm pretty much starting over, and I'm learning along the way. And so I thought I'd come here and talk to you about the real highs and the real lows that happen during this. And just because you may be going through these things doesn't mean that you should quit. I'm here to tell you that I don't get sales every single day. I don't get sales every other day. I get sales when I get sales. And I'm trying to better market my business, and I'm trying to figure out the best ways for me to attract people to my business. But I don't have it all figured out, and I'm still learning along the way. Something that I have found successful is to separate my business from my personal in some ways. I say that because I want this brand to live beyond me. I don't want it to be reliant on my face, what I do, what I post on my personal social media accounts. When I do post on my personal social media accounts, I do get sales and I do get peak interest. I do get more followers on my business pages, but also people that follow me on my personal page don't really care about my business. Some people do, and I'm being critically honest with myself and identifying that the people that may follow me on my personal page may not follow me because I do candles. And honestly, half the people that follow me on my personal page don't even realize I have a candle business, even though I posted. I'm an artist, and people know me for my art. People know me for all of the many lives that I've lived before this candle business life that I have started. And so when they see me doing this thing, it's interesting to them, and they know that it's something that I'm doing, but it doesn't make them want to buy something. I've had to be critically honest with myself and identifying what people follow me for what, and understanding that everyone that follows me for a specific thing isn't interested in everything that I do. And so I had to be really honest with myself about that. And so what led me to start up my own Instagram page for my candle business was because I wanted to see my organic growth and see what I could do. I have a writing background, and something that I did that I think may have helped my business in some ways and converted some people in some ways is I had a writing page for a long time because I'm a poet, I'm a writer, and I had a poetry page that I converted into my Lit Fix page. So I have followers that follow me from that page that know me, may be interested in this business. If they're not, they can click unfollow really easily. But that is something that I did. If you have an extra page, if you have another something, that is something that I did, found fruitful. It allowed people that haven't heard from me, seen me, or knew what I was up to in a long time, be able to go on this new journey of mine and follow along if they choose to. And so, yeah, so most importantly, what I wanted to say was don't let your lack of sales discourage you from continuing. I know it may be very hard and very tempting to just want to throw in the towel because you're not getting sales. But I need you to understand that like you started this business and it's going to be a process, and it may be a very long process. Everything doesn't happen overnight, and you can't rely solely on your family and friends to bring you in money. I'm not mad at my friends that don't buy my products. I'm not mad at anybody that I know that doesn't support me directly, because I understand that what's for them is for them. And my job as a business owner is to convey a story that wants people to purchase, to support, to find something in my business that they can relate to that makes them want to have it. And I think that's something that a lot of us forget, that we're not entitled to anything. We're not entitled to anybody's pockets, anybody's coins, anybody's time, or anybody's support. And it's not a personal attack on us, but it is something that we need to remember that, like if we're gonna start something, we have to be accountable, and we have to roll with the punches in order to see our success. And success does not always happen overnight. And there are some things that you may need to learn throughout the process for you to grow, for you to strengthen your company, and for you to build your own legs, and to figure out what works and what doesn't. And if sales just come solely from people that you know, or because your friends want to support you, that's fine. But know that you want this to grow beyond them. So keeping that in mind, and that doesn't happen overnight. And you have the power to really engage people with your specific story. So don't let no sales in the beginning discourage you. And don't let no sales throughout the process discourage you. Business has ebbs and flows. And as a business owner, I feel like it's our job to roll with the punches and to then figure out how we can maneuver to continue to grow. Because you're going to lose some people along the way, and you're going to gain some people along the way as well. But as long as if you're giving 100,000% in your own company and in your own branding, in your own storytelling, in your own marketing, then that's all you can do. And I guarantee you, I feel like if you're consistent, people will come, people will gain curiosity, and just stay curious with things that are new, and stay curious with ways that you can improve your business, your marketing, and your story. Speaking of marketing, critique your marketing. What are you really selling? If you are an internet-based company and you rely a lot on social media to grow your audience and to grow your sales, what is your social media really saying about your business? Do inventory on yourself. Be very critical of yourself, because if you coddle yourself based on what is comfortable to you, you will never grow outside of your comfort zone. And some people don't give a F about your comfort zone. All they see is a product that doesn't meet their standards and meet something that catches their eye, or something that they can relate to. How can you be more relatable? I did something over the past week that I think, fingers crossed, is going to tremendously help me. And I batched my content. I really sat down for a few days and really got down to the nitty gritty of what I want my brand to stand for, and the nitty gritty of what I want people to take away from my business, whether they buy something or not. What people engage with is what I am passionate about. And I'm hoping that it brings sales. I don't know yet because I haven't tried it yet. But I will report back to y'all once I see the fruits of my labor. But what batching my content taught me was where I may be missing the through line, the story, the in-between, what is happening between each post that I may have been missing in the past. And it allowed me to clean up those edges and tell my story in the way that I wanted to tell my story. And I thought of it like a book. I wrote a book, and I just went back to that place of me writing a book and thinking of social media as this chronological thing. And yes, things don't have to be chronological in the sense of there needs to be a time frame, but chronological as far as story, beginning, middle, end, and what I want people to leave with when they engage with one of my posts or may come across one of my posts. And something that I want to give to you guys is like, I know it can be so stressful when you're working a job and you're trying to figure out how to do social media, when you're trying to make your candles, when you're trying to get sales, when you're trying to do all of these things. Making time to do things ahead of time will make things a lot less stressful and make less room for error or less room for lack of quality. If you set aside time every Saturday to work specifically on content, it allows you to see what is working, what may not work, what's actually not doing what you want it to do. What is this image that you're thinking about posting really saying about the business? And is this what you really want to convey? I'm big on storytelling, and so I feel like if you just write things down, plan things out, it will really save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it will help you better build your brand's story. And some homework that I want to give you guys is think of your favorite brands and stalk their content and pick out some things that you like about their content, things you don't like about their content. What are some things that stand out about their content, and what does best with engagement? Look at their stories. Pay attention to if they upload reels. Pay attention to what they do, and try to identify things that you like, things that you can incorporate yourself. I'm not saying steal. I'm saying identify what you like and incorporate what you like into your content if it fits. But yes, so I would say really critique what you're putting out into the world, because if you're trying to get sales from people that don't know you, they don't know you, so they don't care about your personal story. They don't care about what you've personally been through, and they don't care about how your week went or how your month went or how things are falling to shambles, and that's the reason why they should be purchasing a product from you. They care about what they see, and if what they see doesn't seem like quality, they're not going to want to come and buy something from you, and you got to be honest with yourself about that. So let's get our quality game on point when it comes to our social media and our marketing. And in addition to quality, we need consistency. Something that I struggled with a lot was just not posting on my social media at all. And so I'm making small strides to at least post once a day. I want to work my way up to a couple times a day. And I want to showcase different types of things. And I know I said this in a previous video, like, don't just show your handles and your social media. This is just my personal preference. Show other things. Show behind the scenes things. Show you prepping. Show you packing. Show you packaging. Show you. People love to see the person behind the business. Don't be afraid to showcase that. And no, this isn't, unless you are selling your candles on your personal social media, like, find creative ways to incorporate your business's story and your story cohesively so that when people come across it, it gives them something to relate to. So when you're trying to build a following, it takes consistency. It takes you earning people's trust ultimately. Either they see something that they like and they favorite it or save it, or they see something that they like and they want to share it, or they see something that they resonate with that makes people want to follow you. And like, of course, there are endless amounts of things that people follow people for, but when it comes to businesses, it's about a vibe nowadays. I feel like people like vibes. People like quality, people like vibes, people like consistency, and people like things that they can share. And there are numerous reasons why people follow people, but consistency and quality and a story you can't go wrong with. So once you hammer down on your story and you hammer down on your quality, I feel like people will eventually start to come to you. And one thing that I have learned is that people don't follow you on the strength of other people. So, for example, I've had people post me, post my products, that have big followings, 100,000 of followers, tens of thousands of followers, big, huge followings. But somebody else's cosign is not someone's personal cosign. So people aren't going to just follow you just because someone else said follow you, unless it's Beyonce, unless it's a Rihanna, and unless it's someone that people want to be like. I feel like people aren't just going to swarm to you and buy your product just because this person said to. Not to say, and also not to discredit, that can work. I feel like people's cosigns can work, but it's not the end all be all. And honestly, if people aren't already interested in that thing, it's not gonna make them come to you and follow you. And that's something that I had to learn. It's something that I just witnessed. Like, I've had my friends post me that have like a lot of followers, and like, I've had people that have received my candles as gifts repost me and saying how much they love my candle. It doesn't make people want to necessarily buy it, and that could do with my packaging. It could be because of all of these other factors that I may not have unpacked. But it's also to say that you can't rely on someone else's following to increase your following, because if people don't know you to trust, they won't follow you. And if they do follow you, it could just be ghost followers. And we want quality people that are going to purchase, and we want quality people and followers that are going to ride for us, support us, and really stand by our products. And if they like our products, our organic growth will happen. So that is all. I'm gonna leave you with this. I hope it helps, and I hope this gets your wheels spinning on some creative things that you can be doing for your business. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
You told me I could trust you, don't lie. I could really